usually if you stuff a sandwich with a bunch of meat and cheese, that's the staple for an unhealthy meal. Anyways, I guess we can start.
We'll find out in a second.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 15 of The Casual Observers. This is Josiah. He's eating food. I'm not. I'm Jacob. How you doing?
That's my thing.
It's true. That is your thing. What are you eating today, Josiah?
Well, I don't have a name for it yet, but basically...
I'm calling it the Josiah.
I think we should. It's Ezekiel bread with a layer of turkey, honey smoked turkey, Gouda cheese, a layer of pepperonis, and then a few pieces of Black Forest ham. With mayo, of course.
When he says a layer of pepperonis, he means a layer of pepperonis, though.
Well,
They're almost double layered.
I was gonna get like this Italian salami, but all the salami is like way more expensive than just pepperonis.
Well, yeah.
I was like, that's basically the same thing, right? It's a
Oh.
composite meat.
Well, yeah. But I don't think they're exactly the same.
What's the difference? Do you know?
I have no idea. But I know at Domino's they're different and we sell them differently and stuff.
But it is essentially like a packet of composited meat. And
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So, I just got pepperonis.
Okay, cool. So he's eating a Josiah, and Josiah's eating the Josiah. And today's episode is about health. Yay!
Cool.
No, actually, I'm pretty excited about this one. This is a pretty good one. There's a lot of moral questions and stuff we can bring up, right?
Is there?
I think so.
Oh, man, actually, okay, never mind.
No,
I'll
go
save it
ahead.
for later.
No, go ahead.
No, I just, have you ever heard of the hashtag, I'm sure this will probably be more relevant later.
Oh, okay,
Have you ever heard of the hashtag HAES?
I haven't.
H-A-E-S?
I haven't.
Okay, well,
Okay, we can talk about that later. So, because I'm trying to keep the show going, and me and him took a bite and a drink at the same time, I had to spill some water out of my mouth to keep the show going. So we're talking about health because, while it's not like as fancy as artificial intelligence or time travel, it's an important thing and everybody has to deal with it, right? Basically everybody.
yeah, eventually.
I mean, I don't think there's anybody that doesn't have to deal with it.
Well, I guess we're all dealing with it, whether we are conscious of it.
Right.
Yeah.
So the question really, I think, is how important is health in general and like taking care of your own body, right?
That is a big question.
Yeah. It is a very big question, especially in America where we have a bunch of fat people, and there's a lot of controversies about that. This is really difficult with you just eating, dude.
You want a fun stat?
Okay.
Average American is the average American today is 25 pounds heavier than they were 50 years ago.
Well, it's not a fun stat, but it's a stat.
Put that in perspective, 25 pounds is about 3 gallons of milk. So imagine, take 3 gallons of milk, run like a rope through that, tie it into a circle, like you got this milk jug necklace, put that necklace on. That's how worse off you are.
So what you're telling me is that in the past 50 years, Americans have realized how important bodybuilding is, and we've been getting 25 or 50 pounds more mass, right?
Well, that accounts for it.
What? It accounts for the bodybuilding and stuff too? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that stat
Yeah.
isn't just fat exclusively.
Yeah, and that's gotta be true, right? Because, I mean, 50 years ago, we didn't have, like, the huge football players and stuff that we do today who are all on, like,
Or
steroids and stuff.
The same number of gyms and gym memberships and all that.
Yeah.
Fitness culture and whatnot.
So, you have to add in, I was kind of joking, but you do have to add that into the statistic because that's not, like, a dead-on statistic against fat people to be like, did you know?
Yeah, it's mostly fat people, I'm sure.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, there are people who are huge. And I'm fat, so I mean, I can argue both sides, I think. Or I can try.
I'd say you're on the large end of normal.
Okay. Yeah, I've looked at those charts and
You haven't
stuff.
crossed over.
Yeah, I'm not obese according to like weight charts and stuff.
Oh, definitely. You'd know it if you were.
How would you know? Do you just wake up one day and you're like, that's it. I had one too many chicken wings last night. I'm obese now.
Here's a surefire test. You look down.
Mm-hmm. Can you see your feet?
You see your feet? You're not obese yet. You may be pretty close. You may be gravely unhealthy.
Jeez.
But if you can see your feet, you're not obese yet.
It never occurred to me that there's people who actually can't see their feet when they look down. That's weird. We're not making fun of you. You're welcome on the show anytime. So let's just.
You're not. Get out of here.
Yes, you are welcome on a show. Although you should probably just be outside running or something, listening to the podcast instead of watching it on YouTube.
That's the only. Yeah, fatties. That's the only acceptable.
Hey, my sister said she listened to this podcast while running, so I mean, other people can do it too.
Hey, oh man, I forgot to ask you. Is your sister gone?
Yeah.
We were supposed to run some sort of social experiment on her, and I totally forgot what it was.
I remember it. Don't say, because I totally forgot about it. I need to like. We can't mention it on air because she'll watch and listen to it.
But you remember what it was though?
Yes, I do, and it's actually related to this topic too.
Oh yeah.
But we can't. For those of you watching at home, this is completely irrelevant to you. So we can just edit that part out.
God, I still don't remember the specifics, so fill me in later.
I remember the specifics. Okay, but I totally forgot to do it, and I barely even saw her because she was busy with some theater stuff anyways, because she's a nerd.
Alright, back to the show.
Okay, so let's just jump right into it. Should people take care of their bodies, and how far do they need to in daily life?
Yeah, of course they do.
I mean, is it morally, is it immoral to not take care of your own body?
Yeah.
Why? We have no objective morals, remember just that. There are no objective morals.
Okay, subjectively speaking.
To you personally.
Yeah, you totally should.
Okay, well, you want to explain?
Yeah, because who's going to bear the cost of your lack of planning and foresight? And
What cost? I want you to...
Oh.
Don't just make a face, just continue.
Okay, the cost of the fireman breaking down your doorway so that you can fit in the stretcher that has to roll out of your house to take you to the hospital where you'll need medical treatment to have your fat
Yeah, but
surgically
you would
removed.
have to pay for that.
Hmm?
You, as the fat person, would have to pay for that.
What if you don't have the money? You know who pays for that?
The,
Me.
well,
Tax dollars.
Well, yeah.
Me and
but
you.
that's more of a political issue rather than a fat person issue, I think.
But still, we're talking about the cost. Well, I'm talking about the cost, diverting the cost of being fat off of fat people. And I think that's wrong.
I think that's probably wrong, too.
But then again, if you got some...
Cost them. Put them in debt or something.
If you got some ham planet that needs surgery...
Mm-hmm. Ham planet?
I'm just saying, they need surgery. They're too fat to work.
Right.
If you get to that point.
Right.
Okay.
At that point, they're useless.
They're useless.
They should just die.
Okay.
See, that's the Jacob side of it. Jacob would say they should just die. They're useless. As a social Darwinist, I would say, look, if you're useless and you can't make yourself survive, then why are you even living? Natural selection has caused you to just get fat and die.
Actually, that's artificial selection because they've turned themselves. They've decreased their own utility down to zero.
Yes, there are biological factors that can make someone slightly more overweight than another person, but not to the morbidly obese extremes. Yeah.
There are conditions like inactive thyroids and a couple other things that make you bigger, but none of them make you eat yourself into oblivion.
Okay, interesting thing here for you here. This actually just came up in my real life, but I'm not going to mention any names. There's a person who claims they are bipolar, right? And this person's pretty heavy set, right? Who claims they are bipolar.
So one of their personalities wants to.
What?
One of their personalities is
No,
really
no.
hungry all the time.
That wasn't my car, was it?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know what my car's alarm sounds like, if my car even has an alarm. Is my car fine?
I can't tell. I'm sure it's fine.
Hang on, let me just lock it from here. Nailed it. I can't believe that actually went through. Okay. So, this person is bipolar, and they're taking pills, right, to treat their bipolarism, right?
And that makes them fat?
The pills apparently give them the munchies. Like if you were to smoke pot and get the munchies, same thing. The pills do that.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Uh-huh.
How long has this person been on them?
I could not tell you.
Okay, let me ask you this. How long have you known this person?
Like a couple months.
Okay, let me ask you this. Have they been overweight the entire time you've known them?
Yes.
Okay, have they been on the pills the entire time you've known them?
I'd assume so.
Okay,
see the thing
ask
is,
them for a photo of them as a child.
See, that's what I was thinking too when I found out. That's what I was thinking too. But I mean, most people, I think, if they're bipolar, aren't they diagnosed pretty early on?
Could be. I mean,
either way, let's just assume that the story is 100% true and it is the pills causing the fat, right? At that point, is it immoral for them to do it, right? You could just say,
how overweight are we talking here?
This
Just
person's
on the chubby side of.
No, pretty obese.
We're talking.
Maybe
let's say if
250 and a foot shorter than me. So pretty overweight.
250 and a foot shorter than you?
Yeah. I'm a little under 200 and I think they're probably maybe 250
Holy
and
crap. But that height though. That really
but I'm 6'1".
So
okay,
they're
so
5'1"?
Okay, so they're not a foot shorter than me, half a foot.
Okay, so they're 5'7".
Average height.
Still 250.
Yeah.
Male or female?
Female.
Oh, even worse.
Why is that worse?
Because for whatever reason, the female body has a. I don't know how this works, but basically, if for a man to have a six-pack, his body fat percentage has to be lower. A six-pack for a man is somewhere between 6 and 9% body fat, but a six-pack for a woman is between 8 and 12% body fat.
Okay.
So they actually, when they add fat to their bodies, it doesn't appear as much as it does on men. See what I'm saying? So I'm saying if you are guesstimating that she looks 250,
I mean,
probably a bit more.
Maybe. I'm honestly I think I'm pretty bad at guessing. Because I mean, I really can't tell when
Let's say
someone's
she looks
shorter.
down at the ground, directly below her.
Yeah.
Would she be able to see her feet?
Probably not.
Okay. Well, she fails my foolproof test. She's obese.
Okay. But in that situation, is it immoral? Would you just say, okay, you need to just tough it up and deal with the fact that the pills are giving you the munchies and
yeah, if the pills are.
But she also has a mental condition too, so you gotta remember that as well. In a mental condition,
But she's blaming this all on the pills, though, right? Am I right?
Right, any fat person would.
Okay, right. She's fat because of the pills, and she's crazy because of her mental disorder, right?
Right.
That's what. Yeah,
right.
Okay, so.
Right.
The pills aren't.
But I mean, her
they
reaction to the pills, because she has a mental disorder, how she feels about the pills and her weight could be different than how someone else would feel because she has a mental disorder.
Okay. Well, basically.
There's gonna be some people watching saying that that's not how bipolar works, but I mean, it's a mental disorder in general. It's not relevant which one specifically, I don't think.
Okay, so let's just assume this is all the pills making her want to eat.
Okay.
They're not choosing the food that she's eating.
That's true.
See what I'm saying?
That's true.
So...
I mean, if someone were to eat like 100 pounds of salad a day, though, it'd
Yeah.
still get fat.
If she was like really hungry and, you know, she just went to the freezer and got a bunch of frozen broccoli and warmed it, you know,
Mm-hmm.
steamed it, and then just ate it all,
Mm-hmm.
she'd be fine. She'd curb her appetite because the chewing and sensation of eating would be there.
Well, sort of. I don't think that's how the munchies actually work.
What, you crave Doritos and Dr. Pepper?
It's more of, I mean, it's less of you feeling hungry and like, oh, I'm full. It's just like a constant feeling.
Right, of like wanting to eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can eat whatever.
Right, but if she eats like, what I'm saying is that if she could still end up eating 10 bags of broccoli and she would still get fat.
Well, she'd be at the very least less fat.
Oh, sure. That's
Okay.
true.
Okay, let me put this in perspective for you. One serving, your average chips,
Mm-hmm.
okay, one serving
Mm-hmm.
could be anywhere from 200 to 300 calories.
Right.
Okay? Now,
I just counted this the other day. Doritos Cool Ranch, it's 12 chips in a serving, and I think it's like 170.
and how many are in one like single serving bag? Just one? Like from a vending
like
machine?
like a little bag? I don't
Yeah.
know. My
That's
bag was
probably
like this
12,
big.
right?
Probably about,
And
yeah.
that was one, what'd you say, 170?
I think it was 170, yeah.
170? Okay. Now, that's, what was that, 6 ounce?
What?
Did you say that was weight or just into the number?
What?
By weight or quantity was that?
Oh, they said 12 chips. On average, 12 chips. Whatever that means. So, like one little vending machine bag is like 170 calories. Yeah.
Okay, let's say, one serving of broccoli is 40 calories,
Right.
which is roughly like a handful.
Right.
Okay? Would you say a handful of broccoli weighs more than 12 chips?
Yeah.
Definitely, right?
Right.
So, by weight,
Mm-hmm.
let's just say broccoli's twice as
Mm-hmm.
heavy as the chips.
Which is probably more, right?
It would seem like it if, you know, because you got to cook them with water and then they absorb and they get
Right.
wet and stuff. So, you could eat a serving of broccoli instead of those chips.
That's true.
And you would actually feel more full,
Mm-hmm.
and it has a fraction, like a third of the calories.
Right.
So,
So you're saying that it's...
what I'm saying is, your friend
It's obviously
your friend
negative.
is just
She's not
lazy.
my friend, but
She's just lazy and doesn't want to,
right.
doesn't
And-
have the willpower.
And that's how most people are, I think. I think they have the willpower. They just choose not to use it, right?
Well, that's the same thing.
I guess. I'm not sure about that. I guess. So you're saying it's amoral because of the only reason
Immoral.
immoral. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Immoral. So if you didn't have to pay for the people for their illnesses and stuff through tax dollars or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
would you still say that it's immoral?
Oh no, then it's fine. Eat yourself to death. I don't care.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that just like
I mean,
committing suicide
I
though?
don't want you to,
Right.
but yeah, that's your prerogative. If you're
I mean, it's
if
like.
you're not going to harm anybody else in the process physically,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, totally eat yourself into your grave. I don't care.
I mean, you're kind of allowing
But
them.
it's not. We don't live in that vacuum.
Right.
So you are diverting. You will inevitably divert your health costs onto somebody else because if you'll get to the point where you can't earn anything,
Mm-hmm.
but you need things for yourself.
Right.
So at that point, you're just a leech.
Okay,
It's
so
within
it's
society.
like smoking or something. Like smoking, you're killing yourself slowly, but
Mm-hmm.
you're not actually having a negative impact on the other people around you, right?
Yeah, you are.
Are you talking about
Secondhand smoke.
You're talking about
bro.
secondhand smoke? Okay.
I don't want that in my lungs.
Okay, sure. Which is why it's banned from smoking indoors now.
Completely.
I mean, in certain states, I think, but
That's why I heard most tobacco companies
Mhm.
are going to like third world countries.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because
Where there's, like,
America's
so little
realized
law.
that it's really bad for you.
Yeah.
And people still are smoking, though, which is ridiculous. But I'm not judging you if you
Yeah.
smoke. I don't care that much.
And apparently in Australia, they've banned marketing
Like, entirely?
entirely. You can have the name
Mm-hmm.
of your brand of cigarettes on your packaging,
That's it.
and that is it. Of course, they fought.
Do we have much of that in America?
There is some laws on advertising smoking.
I mean, I know we can't have commercials or anything.
You can have commercials, yes. You can.
No, we used to have commercials, and now they're banned, right?
Commercials for cigarettes?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I don't know, but I know there's a
You
show-
never see a commercial for cigarettes, do you? Can you think of like one cigarette commercial that isn't anti-cigarettes?
No, I can't.
Yeah, because they were banned. They were around in like the 50s and stuff, and they were like, all doctors approve Camel cigarettes or whatever. And then
I remember them as early as the 90s. I know. I mean, I've seen some like online and stuff. There's a show called
yeah, I
Last.
said 50s. That's irrelevant.
There's a
That's the
show
wrong
called Last
timeline.
Week Tonight. They did this great thing on cigarettes because apparently in Australia they banned marketing. Like you couldn't have any marketing materials
Mm-hmm.
whatsoever,
Mm-hmm.
right? But the company, like one of the big international companies that was selling there, before they brought their cigarettes to Australia, they bought a company in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
And then they made themselves a subsidiary of that company from the Philippines. Right? And then in Australia, they had this embargo with this Filipino country that says that that there's going to be free trade and there won't be any seizing of property. And that tobacco company is now a subsidiary of that company, so they have to honor the embargo,
Mm-hmm.
and they can't stifle their intellectual property, which is what they said they were taking away
Right.
because of this free trade agreement.
Right. That's weird.
That's really smart. They did this before they came to Australia. It's a pretty good idea.
That's pretty good.
Just watch. It's called Last Week Tonight.
Okay.
Just Google John Oliver tobacco. It's great.
Okay.
So, but yeah, no, that's not suicide.
Right. It's indirect suicide, though. I mean. It's
No,
like,
I mean just the act of killing yourself doesn't mean that's suicide.
Okay. Well, you're killing yourself then. Slowly. But anyways, so.
It's not necessarily suicide. That's what I'm saying.
I think we can talk more about cigarettes later. Let's focus on the fat people thing here. So.
Okay. Yeah. So
It's-
yeah, in a vacuum, I would say fine.
It's totally fine.
Well, no, it's not totally fine.
I
No one
mean,
should do it. But I'm saying, yeah, there's no.
is there enough, people always make jokes about how, like, like there's starving kids in Africa and us in America are really fat. Is there some, like, morals there? Like, that wouldn't actually change anything, would it, if people in America ate less?
No. I don't believe so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think there's any evidence. Yeah.
If anything, fat people just boost our economy, right?
I don't know. It's a good.
I mean, I would think so.
I wonder if there's ever been any studies on that.
I mean, I guess if they didn't spend money on food, they would just spend the money on something else then. And so it's not really that relevant, but
Oh yeah.
yeah.
It's not like they're just gonna save that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they could, but
Probably
think
not.
about how much money you could save if you stopped eating food, guys.
Yeah, but I have seen pictures of like people making that argument. Like they show like
Mm-hmm.
some starving kids in a third world country, and then they show like a fat person. in
They
a
show
background.
like late night Walmart pictures or something.
Yeah.
Like, look at these people.
And it's like, even if every overweight person just decreased their food input, the companies would just try to sell that food elsewhere or lower their production
Mm-hmm.
of the food.
Yep.
It's not like that food would somehow go to those countries
Exactly.
that need it.
Yeah.
So
Even in like in modern day, if we don't sell food, we don't send the extras to those kids. Like there's like dumpsters behind stores where the
Yeah.
food just gets thrown out, and homeless people will go and be like, "Man, this food's still good." You know. So what actually
Good
we're
for
doing
them.
is feeding the starving people in our own country. We're dealing with the real problems
Yeah.
first.
We put all the food together in a handy
That's
pot.
true. Well, you know what they call America, the melting pot, right? So,
Ooh.
yeah. Okay, so fat people, I mean, man, I feel like
What do you feel?
like you're saying that the fact that we have to pay for them, yeah, at that point it's a problem, but I mean,
Okay.
shouldn't we stop them from like killing themselves, or should we not? Like, is that really, do we do that? Is that something we do? Or do we just let people like kill them? Because like actual suicide, like actual like, you know, jumping off a building is illegal. But like smoking, yeah it is. Which is so weird. But but like slowly killing yourself through cigarettes or food or something, it's totally okay. And I don't get that.
Well, because that's not suicide. That's what I'm saying.
Right, you're indirectly killing yourself though. So if you were
But
to
just killing yourself doesn't automatically equal suicide. If I'm running with a knife and I trip and I land on myself, did I commit suicide? No.
Right, that's indirect though. Well,
It's I killed myself.
yeah, so it
but I
is
didn't commit
direct.
suicide.
Right.
So you see what I'm saying? Like if suicide is like you're consciously trying to kill yourself.
I guess the question is more of why is suicide illegal?
Why is suicide illegal?
Yeah.
I guess it's just not something that the government wants to have legal.
Yeah, so they're just like, oh, let's make it illegal, and then maybe people won't want to do it.
Yeah, maybe so.
It's like, man, if I attempt this and fail, I'm going to jail. That's worse than life.
Well, because I think maybe it's an insurance thing, because I know a lot of insurance policies don't pay out if you commit suicide.
Right, that makes sense.
So maybe it has something to
What
do
if
with
it's
it.
accidental suicide like that? If you're running with a knife?
Well, I think then it's an accidental death.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
There's probably an official term for accidental suicide, right?
I think it's an accidental death, yeah.
Accidental death? Okay.
I mean, if CSI is any indication, then I've seen the coroner rule accidental
Okay.
death.
Yeah, suicide's definitely an indication. Okay, so we nailed the fat people
See,
issue.
I was watching the show where the guy, he fell off a ladder. He had like an axe in his hand and he was doing something on his roof,
Mm-hmm.
and he like falls off the ladder, and then the axe falls off the roof and like steps in the head.
That's pretty brutal.
Yeah, but they were all like, "Oh, it's a murder. Who murdered this dude?"
Mm-hmm. As if someone threw an axe at him, made him fall off the ladder, and
Or maybe he just got. They didn't realize that he fell off the ladder.
Right.
They just rolled to a dead body. That's what I'm saying.
well, I mean, if he was
Accident.
by the ladder, his body must have been
He-
by the ladder, right?
Yeah, it was close.
Yeah.
He could have came off the ladder and somebody came up and
I
clocked
guess.
him with an axe.
Okay.
It's only because I
Anyways.
told you what actually happened first
Yeah.
that
sure.
it was so obvious to you.
I mean, I guess. Yeah.
See what
Sure.
I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, the ladder was still standing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, how about since we got the moral issues down, right? Well, what about like
Oh,
cigarettes?
wait,
It's the
back to
same-
smoking. See, so you're not attempting to kill yourself. That's why it's not suicide.
Right.
But yeah. Like,
So it's the same thing with fat people. Like, if
you ever seen Ice Truckers or whatever that show is?
ice road truckers.
Yeah,
I've never
that's
seen
really dangerous. Why do we let people do that? It's so dangerous. Are they attempting suicide?
Well, it's their job.
Are
They're
they-
like doing it intentionally.
Are they killing themselves?
They're doing it to make a living, if anything.
Yeah. So when
They're doing it to live instead of anti-live.
if one of them dies though, do they kill themselves because they chose to do the super risky thing?
Well, I mean, they did kill themselves indirectly. It's not suicide, but they killed themselves indirectly. But at that point, you
If
can
they're-
make an argument that anybody killed themselves indirectly. So that's a retarded argument. Or a stupid argument, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're stupid.
No, I agree with you.
Okay. Good.
I agree with you. Okay.
Good. Got it.
So with the smoking thing, it's the same thing. If we have to pay our tax dollars for you smoking, or somehow something like that, then it's an issue. And so it is an issue because we do have to do that, don't we? I mean, I can't think of a scenario where it's the same as like a fat person.
Yeah, they just.
Well, I mean,
you get lung cancer, you get throat cancer.
Now that we have like Obamacare and stuff, then yeah.
We don't have to worry about it.
No, our tax dollars pay for it, so it is the issue.
Darn.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Not my tax dollars. I'm a pizza delivery guy. My tax dollars couldn't save you, but.
Oh yeah, you cleverly don't pay taxes. just averting the system.
I pay taxes. I got my tax return recently. It wasn't that much.
Yeah,
I wonder why.
Those are all the taxes that you paid in.
Yeah.
If you make under $20,000, you don't pay income tax.
What?
Yeah.
So I just made all my money back?
You get.
No, I didn't.
As a pizza delivery guy, you get paid less than minimum wage, right?
Kinda, half the time.
Because not including tips, is what I'm saying, right?
Kinda, half the time.
Do you get paid minimum wage or not?
Half the time.
What's your hourly rate?
When I'm in the store, I get paid minimum wage. When I'm on the road, I get paid like $4.50.
Oh, okay.
It's like a half time clock.
Okay, gotcha. So
half and half.
All the hours that you logged, that you actually paid, that the company logged, you getting paid, not including your tips.
Right.
Okay, you get taxed on that every time you get your paycheck. But then at the end of the year, the government looks at that. And they say, "Oh, you made less than $20,000 for one individual, and you have no dependents." That puts you in the zero income tax bracket.
Okay.
So your entire tax return was all the taxes that you paid in that year.
I didn't get that much back. Jeez.
Well, that's because most of your income is off the books in tips.
Well, it's supposed to be on the books.
But it's not.
I wonder why.
That's what I'm saying. That's why
I am not confessing to anything on air.
That's why your tax returns aren't that much. Because most of your income doesn't get reported.
Right. Okay. So anyways,
we're
still paying for cigarettes, and therefore it's immoral to smoke, according to Josiah.
You're not paying for cigarettes? What are you talking about?
Right, I'm not, but you're not either. You make less than 20,000.
Yeah, you're right.
How many hours a week do you work?
26.
Jeez, you make way less than 20,000 then, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Part-time, yes.
Okay. So, how about, like, the social aspect of health? Like you mentioned secondhand smoking, or, like you go to our restaurants and stuff, and, like, people always comment how in America, restaurants always have, like, way larger servings and stuff. Is that, like, immoral for them to be feeding us those larger servings, or what do you think, like, we should be doing about that? Because clearly, we both agree that everyone should probably be trying to be healthy, right?
Yeah, totes.
Okay.
Especially the fatties.
Yeah, so that includes me. So what should we be doing about that?
About our health?
About all the
serving size?
About, like, secondhand smoking, serving size, all that stuff.
Well, as long as no one's smoking inside your house, just go somewhere else.
That's true. Well, there's also air pollution.
Or you could tell them to get out of here.
Air pollution, which we talked about on environmentalism.
Yeah, but the earth is already screwed, so whatevs.
Yeah, but it's screwing up our health currently. These two episodes are fighting against each other right now.
What do you mean?
Air pollution is bad for your health.
Yeah. Does smoking contribute?
No, you said smoking, and so yeah, it does, I think.
I mean, the overall air quality, not just the immediate, like, they exhale into your face.
I mean, I think on a very, very small scale.
Oh, okay.
But I'm also talking about air pollution as well, because just all those things that affect our health and daily lives. Should we even be bothered with those? Like, you can't, like, are we going to go out of our way to make sure we get an extra day of our life or our life to live by stopping all those little health things like that? See what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's inefficient. There's better ways to extend your life.
Yep. There you go. Episode done.
Like
see you later,
eating
guys.
healthy.
Eating healthy. You want to talk about that? You're healthy.
Yeah. Eating less pizza is a big...
I don't eat much
big
pizza, honestly. You would think I do because I work at a pizza place, but I don't. I make more pizza than I eat.
You're vegetarian, though.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about that.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Why is it for some moral reasons?
No. I don't care about animals. You can kill all the animals on the planet.
Okay, why don't you eat meat then?
For health reasons. Fits the shit.
Are you really?
Yeah. I've always said, like, I'm fat, but if I had eaten meat for the past 7 years, I'd be really fat.
You don't know that. You might actually be healthier.
No, dude, I was fat before I stopped eating meat, though.
Actually, yeah, I remember that one year at camp you were pretty chubby.
Yeah. I've been fat almost my whole life.
Yeah, but then you leaned out for a while.
When?
When you went through that last growth spurt. And then you sort of thickened back up.
Like in high school?
Yeah, sure.
When are you talking about?
When you had your last growth spurt.
So like in high school?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
So,
you really leaned out.
So like 15 to 17?
Sure.
Sure, I guess. It's hard to determine if I leaned out or not because
Wait, what was the question? Oh yeah, you might actually be healthier if you ate meat.
I mean...
You might weigh less. You might have less fat on you.
I really don't think so. Because, I mean, it's like those people... Like
it just depends on what you... Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you would have eaten instead.
Right, and instead of going to, like, instead of getting, like, fish or something somewhere, I'd get, like, a triple cheeseburger or something, right? Because I'm technically a pescatarian, not a vegetarian.
Well, not necessarily,
I mean, I would have.
You're just assuming that you would make the worst choices possible for yourself.
Well, I did, but up to that point, before I lost... I mean, I used to drink, like, cases of soda and stuff, too, you know? Typical middle school, high school kid. Nerd sitting on the computer, eating cheeseburgers, drinking sodas.
Cases of sodas?
Yeah. Like during the summer when you don't have anything, you're playing a video game all day, you could go through 12 cans of soda, easy.
That sounds great. It's the life.
That sounds horrible. I haven't had soda in so long. The feeling on my teeth would make it seem weird. Ugh.
Dude, I haven't had any sodas this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you stop drinking soda as a New Year's resolution or something?
Yeah.
Nice, I'm proud of you.
Thanks. So I'd be way fatter. Oh, I gotta grab my phone.
No, because you were always skinny. Oh, great, I gotta keep talking while you're doing that. Oh, it's just over there.
Okay,
but I mean, so yeah, I would be fatter. Like, come on. Of course I would.
So you're saying everyone should be vegetarian?
No, not at all. Because some people are better at maintaining their weight. Clearly, I'm not. Like, my weight varies heavily.
So what are you asking?
No, you were asking.
Oh, okay. What were you asking before I asked?
I mean, you said let's talk about vegetarianism, and I was like, all right.
Yeah, but then
and
you
you
go back before that.
There was nothing before that.
Yeah, you were like, let's talk about health.
Yeah, because you're healthy.
Social issues.
The social issues, really, we established that there's nothing you can really do about it, and...
Yeah, you can get away from secondhand smoke.
Yeah, but, like...
You can get away from people that encourage you
true.
Overeat, like your fatty friends.
Do we want to talk about that?
Get them out of here.
How being fat has become, like, accepted in society, and it's totally awful?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, that brings...
Go on a rant.
Remember that hashtag that I mentioned at the beginning?
Yeah.
Haze.
Uh-huh.
Haes.
Because you know I'm all about that bass. Uh-huh.
It sounds like... Yes. Okay, so... There's this movement called Haze.
Uh-huh.
Healthy at every size.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes absolutely no sense. And it's basically like it's a fat acceptance movement.
Mm-hmm.
That's sweeping Tumblr.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's Tumblr.
Yes. All the Tumblrinas.
Uh-huh. Tumblrina.
I'm serious, dude. And it's
Is
like...
that what they call themselves?
Yes, dude. If you go on Tumblr and look at like hashtag Haze, hashtag fat acceptance, and you'll see all kinds of just these, just complete whales.
Mm-hmm.
Like taking pictures of themselves, women that should not be wearing bikinis, wearing bikinis.
Ugh.
Yes, and just letting it all hang out,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, oh, I love my body, oh, you know, fat acceptance, body,
Do
whatever.
those people, like...
And it's like, oh, and then the worst part
They
is...
can't feel good. They gotta be, like...
They gotta feel tired, their joints have gotta feel...
Yeah, they gotta, like...
Like their back gets tight from walking.
They must be doing it to make themselves feel better because they can't... Because, like, day-to-day life is much harder when you're heavier. Like, there's no way they can, like, admit that it's not, or that it is not, yeah. Or they can't say that it's not hard.
They can't deny the symptoms of being overweight.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure they can't walk up a set of stairs without being out of breath.
That's what I'm talking about. But there's a movement to, like, just say, hey, this is normal, we're just healthy, we just happen to be overweight, or whatever, you know?
That's ridiculous.
It is.
Those people are ridiculous.
They are. I'm telling you, it's like, I don't know, man. And
That's just as bad as promoting smoking, I think. Promoting being fat, right?
I think so, yeah. And I hope this movement gets squashed.
So that song, All About That Bass, should be banned.
Well, yeah, I don't know how far does that song go in talking about
that song just talks about liking bigger women, right? I haven't actually listened to the song all the way through. I can't stand her voice.
I guess. I mean, I don't think everyone needs to be like a fitness model or anything.
Right.
But, like, goodness, yeah, get like, I mean, there's all kinds of metrics that you could possibly use, like BMI. I think probably one of the best ones is your body fat percentage, because that's standard across. Like, it's pretty standard.
Right.
You know what I mean? It just because it gets rid of your weight, but that's kind of hard to calculate sometimes. But there are like charts where you can look at like pictures of people, you know, and like men and women. Like this man is at 10% body fat, this man is at 15% body fat, this man is at 20%, and then you can kind of compare that to your body and kind of get an idea.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But yeah, then there's other ways, but that's probably the best way. And I think healthy for like a man is between like 12 and 15%. You know, it's like healthy.
Okay. This is all you need. I don't know anything about this stuff.
And then for women, it's a little bit more.
Right.
You know, but yeah, if you're not in that range, you're just not healthy, and you need to just get down. You need to just bring it down.
Okay, but and I guess I gotta argue the fact.
Healthy at every size is only if you're plus size though. Like you can't be super skinny and still be healthy.
Wait.
According to the Haze.
Can you be super skinny and just use that hashtag, or will you get a bunch of hate?
You will get a bunch of hate.
Can I take a picture of... Okay, what about me, like, a little overweight? Can I use that hashtag?
Yeah, sure.
And what about you, who you're, like, fit?
Anyone can use it, I mean...
Only the skinny people would get hate?
Yeah.
You wouldn't get hate? Even though you're, like, almost ripped?
Yeah, I would.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Where's the line where they're like, okay, this person...
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure, like, just the more extreme... Like, if you just had, like, washboard abs and you were, like, you know, hashtag Haze...
Uh-huh.
Then probably more extreme than if you just look average.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then the closer you get to it, the closer you are to being a full-on fatty, the less extreme the reaction is.
We need a name for this. Can we call it, like, fatimism or something? Like feminism, but, like, fatimism?
Fatism?
Fatism? Fatism makes more sense.
Fatism.
But that sounds more like autism or something like.
Oh, yeah. But it's the fat acceptance movement, and I just don't understand it. And it's basically the backlash to, like, the, like, sort of the health culture that's gotten really popular of recent, you know? Because, like, there's all kinds of, like, communities of people that are just built around, you know, fitness, like the CrossFit games. Have you seen that? That's now televised.
Really?
Yeah. It's like I think it's sponsored by Reebok or somebody, but it's on ESPN. It's like a daytime thing. But it's essentially people working out.
Right.
And they're like competing with each other.
So these fat people are feeling oppressed because...
I think so. But it's like, it's it's not.
In case they didn't know, they were oppressed in the first place. I'm just kidding. I mean, when they're in high school and someone says, "Hey, fatty McButterpants," like, I think...
I mean, that's bullying. Yeah.
Not even gonna admit
bullying.
we're oppressing them a little bit at that point.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, that's just mean and stuff. But,
Well,
you know, I think...
it if you're trying to get them to lose weight, though?
Yeah, because, I mean, it's disrespectful. But, yeah, I think you should be able to... Like, it shouldn't... Like, imagine... Okay, how much social awkwardness would you feel telling somebody overweight, even somebody that you knew, suggesting that they need to lose weight? Would you feel any social awkwardness? Yeah, of course you would.
Well...
Even if it's somebody you know. You know what I mean? But, like, I don't know why there's that stigma. It's like, look, would you have any problem telling a smoker, like, hey...
Yep, you nailed it. Hit the nail on the head right there. I have no issue with telling people that.
Look...
Okay,
we're
I
good
sort
friends.
of have issue telling people that.
We're good friends. I kind of want to see you live past 45.
Okay, it's one thing if you tell them, like, once, though, and then, like, pester them about it. If you pester them about it, you're being kind of a jerk.
Are you?
I mean, I would feel awkward about it.
Yeah, of course you would.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. But that same stigma is there for overweight people. Like, I can't even walk up to somebody that I know.
Mm-hmm.
And be like, hey, man, look, I really care about you. I think you should really consider losing some weight. I will support you. Let's go running together.
Mm-hmm.
I would feel awkward saying that, even if it was someone close to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just an awkward thing. I don't know why there's a social stigma against it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why is there a stigma against telling somebody that's living an unhealthy lifestyle?
Yeah, it would be the same as, like, having an intervention for someone on drugs, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You could have an intervention for someone on fat or on food.
They're addicted to food. Imagine if you were addicted to heroin.
Right.
Or smoking or
alcohol
illegal
or something.
Illegal street racing.
Sure.
It's unhealthy.
It is unhealthy.
Am I right?
Yeah, I know a dude who's, like, in a robot suit because of that right now.
What?
Illegal street racing, and his whole, like, body is, like... He has to wear, like, a brace on his chest and stuff because he got in a wreck and all kinds of issues. Yeah.
Oh, see, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Imagine if you had to sit down with him.
No, I couldn't because he has to stand. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, man. But anyway, you get my point. Why is there the social stigma?
Yeah, so there shouldn't be. So are we going to, like, make a movement to... Well, okay, they're kind of... Like, the stigma's probably becoming less than... Well...
Also, and then there's the stigma against thin people. I mean, you ever seen that Nicki Minaj music video, Anaconda?
Well, hang on. You, as a healthy person, might be feeling a little bit oppressed by this. By all these fat people coming out and saying
I don't feel oppressed.
And I agree.
I don't feel oppressed.
It's very stupid.
I feel sorry. Who are so self-deceived.
They could probably say the same stuff about you. They could be like, I feel sorry for them. They just don't know what they're missing. They never been with a fat girl. You know?
Yeah, that's exactly the attitude.
Right.
That is really annoying.
Uh-huh.
But what I'm saying is, I happen to have...
You happen to be the correct one, but...
I happen to have millions of scholarly articles to back up my stance on the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas fatties have nothing to stand on.
Right.
Because they can't support their weight.
Nice. But anyways. That was horrible, dude. Yeah, but, like, us doing the, like, okay, you were saying there's like a negative stigma about us telling someone, hey, you need to lose weight. But you were also saying how this health movement going on or whatever is becoming more and more popular. And so that's making the stigma, like, less and less, right? Because if it's becoming more and more popular to become healthy, then we're basically becoming healthy and showing all this health stuff. We're basically saying to these fat people, hey, You need to lose weight.
This is where your goal should be.
Yeah, this is where you should be. And so that's where the fat people are now because...
It's like a reaction. It's like a backlash.
Yeah, it would be like, it's the exact same thing on a smaller scale. If you went up to a fat person and said, hey, you need to lose weight, and they, on the inside, probably know that they need to lose weight, but they're like, I just don't want to do that. Or they go and run on the treadmill one day, and they're just like, man, I feel like I'm going to have a fat attack right now. And so, and so they can't, right? And so they're like, man, I'm just gonna rock my body, you know, I don't care. Right?
Yeah, and it's the easy choice out.
Right, but it's a terrible choice.
It's saying, I don't want to change, so I'm going to pretend like the way things are or the way they should be. Mm-hmm. Is essentially what you're doing.
Right, and they're wrong in that. What should we be doing to change that, though? Can we change them? I mean, me as a fat person, what would you say to me?
To do what?
I mean, if
I wanted you to lose weight?
Uh-huh.
Nothing. I mean...
Because there's a negative stigma there?
No, because I know you know, like... Mm-hmm. There's nothing I can tell you that you don't know already.
Right, but most fat people would do the same thing, right?
Do you want to lose weight?
Yeah.
Okay, I think you should.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Cool, done.
Maybe that's the only thing that you may be wondering about.
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, I think most people know, right? So maybe we just can't tell them anything.
What I'm saying, yeah, but I'm just saying for you personally.
There's no really fat person out there who's just so oblivious. Like, it's not like that episode of Family Guy where he's like, "Am I fat?" and Peter finds out that he's fat, and he has a big revelation. He's like, "Guys, I think I vaguely
remember that issue. What happens?
I don't remember, but anyways.
I remember this one episode of American Dad where he thinks he's fat and he keeps getting fatter for some reason.
And he's actually anorexic.
He's actually anorexic.
Yeah.
And everyone else sees that he's like all gangly and bony. Mm-hmm. But when he looks in the mirror, he just seems like a big blob.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was pretty funny. But, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, how do we convince fat people to lose weight?
Why,
I don't know.
You were saying there's a negative stigma, but is there really even a negative stigma if there's nothing you could tell them?
I mean, yeah, what you're telling them is you think that it's time for them to start taking this seriously.
Right.
Because, they know.
Right.
They feel their...
But they probably think about it every day.
They feel their back pain, they feel their knee, they feel their knee pain, they think about, man, I should lose weight. Or maybe they don't. Maybe they block that out.
No, I think it's more of like they do know, and they're just more like, okay, I would rather have this knee pain and stuff a little bit every day rather than go running and be in living hell or whatever. Because
it is hard to actually lose weight. I mean, it's... Yeah. It's like... It's hard.
Yeah.
It's physically taxing.
Like the simple equation of you have to burn more calories than you intake is much harder than it seems.
Yeah. But it is possible for everybody.
Right.
You can. Actually, just get... Oh, yeah, have you ever heard of MyFitPal?
I haven't.
Okay, you should get it. It's an app.
Downloading it right now.
Okay. It'll help you on your weight loss journey.
Hey, dude, I've lost 10 pounds. Thank you very much. Humble brag.
This is why I didn't want to say anything.
Humble brag.
Okay, it's called MyFitPal.
Uh-huh.
And basically, it's like a calorie calculator.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm downloading it right now. If my phone loads.
There's sort of like there's like an encyclopedia of... There's like a Wikipedia of food and like the calories that are inside of each of those foods.
Okay.
You can get very specific with it.
MyFitnessPal?
Yeah.
Wait, there's one that's like MyFitnessPal Incorporated and there's one that's TrueCorp.
That's it right there.
Okay, the calorie counter?
Yeah.
Cool.
So what you do is you just...
So fat people, listen up.
Anytime you eat anything, you just put it in there.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll tell you how many calories that was worth.
Right.
And then you just make sure you come in under your your daily calorie needs every day. Mm-hmm. And you'll lose weight.
Well, I mean, can you put in exercises and stuff you did to actually determine?
You can put in cardio, but it doesn't subtract any calories for lifting weights.
Mm. Interesting.
Yeah. So stick to your cardio.
Yeah. Anyways, it's down low. So,
But if you don't work out regularly
right,
and you just want to lose weight by eating less, then that's a great way to do it.
which you can do.
What?
You can lose weight just by eating less, though.
Yeah, that's pretty hard. It's a lot harder. Easier said than done.
I disagree. I literally just lost 10 pounds just by eating less.
Over what time period?
Like 3 weeks.
You lost 3.5 pounds every week.
Yeah.
For the last 3 weeks.
I ate like 1,000 calories less every day.
Oh, so you counted your calories.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Problem solved. That's
Alright,
the
fat
solution.
people, that's what you gotta do. Just starve yourself.
No. You may sometimes experience a little hunger.
Uh-huh.
Yes, but no, you're not starving yourself.
Not just starve yourself. Your metabolism will drop, and you won't take a crap for a month, and
No, that's all very bad.
yeah, it is. Don't listen to me. That's very bad stuff.
I'm trying to help people here.
You are. So continue helping them. Okay, this app's done. I don't need to have my phone out.
Look, just get the app. Just do it.
Okay.
Put in your height, weight, age, and it'll tell you how many calories. Put in your lifestyle, like what kind of job you have. Do you sit around all day? It just says like sedentary. Then that'll calculate how many calories you need to maintain your current weight, and then it'll tell you how many calories you should strive to eat, which is like usually I think like 400 calories less. Most people need about 2,000 calories, so the calorie count, the app will tell you to eat somewhere around 15 to 1,600 calories a day.
Cool. But okay, let's talk about the fat people like being proud of themselves and stuff. Can we stop that? Like, how do we stop that?
Dude, I have no idea. It's disgusting.
It's well, okay. There is the factor of some people being attractive to bigger people, right?
I don't see that. I don't see how that's possible.
It is possible though, and it's a thing apparently.
What, did they have some sort of fat fetish?
That or they could just like someone whether or not they're fat, right? We know people like that.
There's a difference.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, this is pretty obvious, but obviously a person is more than just their body, right?
Debatable.
Well, I'm just saying, like, in terms of like popular opinion,
right?
You're more than the way you look, right?
Right.
Right? That's pretty widely accepted.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I can like you as a person,
mm-hmm.
but not be attracted to your body.
Well, I would hope you're not attracted to my body.
Oh yeah, I was talking about you specifically.
There we go, dude. We made the gayest episode yet. We thought our homosexuality episode would be
No,
gay.
that episode is still way more gay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just checking.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's true. But what about people with like the fat fetish then?
I mean,
Which is apparently a thing.
it may be a thing.
Is it unhealthy? Should we train them to be attracted to skinny
Either way,
people?
that's you're talking about the fringes of society there,
Uh,
and a minority.
right. Well, I think it because it's frowned upon in society. I think it
What
could
Being overweight.
being attracted to being overweight and being attracted to overweight people.
Well, I think definitely for guys,
Well, yeah.
they're just not the vast majority
Mm-hmm.
of men are just not attracted to women that are overweight.
Right. And it sucks for women, but deal with it.
But I think the opposite is true as well.
I
mean, it's
couldn't verify.
it's probably a smaller majority, but I'm pretty sure that. Actually, I read a survey
Mm-hmm.
of women. They show these women animated like male bodies,
Mm-hmm.
no face,
Mhm.
just bodies,
Mm-hmm.
and the greater disparity between your shoulder width and your hip width,
Mm-hmm.
the more attractive you were.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Yeah. So basically, the bigger your shoulders are compared to your hips, the more likely you are to be perceive as
That's
attractive.
not something I've ever even heard of. What's the like distance ratio that's ideal or average?
Oh, it increased, like the likelihood of a woman finding you attractive increased as the disparity increased.
Well, yeah, but they're not gonna become like a freaking like airplane at some point.
Well, I'm assuming that the researchers that were doing the survey kept it within the bounds of human possibility.
Right. So like the cartoony guy who has like big old shoulders and he walks like this, and
Yeah.
that's the more attractive guy. Okay, well there you go. That's it. So.
I mean, in general, obviously, you can't generalize all women.
What do we do about those people? Because those people are also pushing for fat people to exist.
Who are?
The people with the fat fetish. The people who are the opposite of that.
Like I said, I think it's a fringe society. I don't think they're making a mark.
Okay, well let's talk about
even a overweight woman who claims she loves her body and is in love with her fat and all that stuff. Even somebody like that will still want an in-shape man.
Right.
Regardless. Whoa. That's pretty cool. The sweet arc reactor. That makes Iron Man sounds. That's pretty sweet.
We're gonna edit that out.
No way I can't.
No, you can't.
There's no way I'm editing.
You can't actually clip that in, I don't think, can you?
I thought that's what it was for.
Oh, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Nailed it, dude.
Ah, my chest is too big.
Ladies. But, okay. So, and I get what you're saying, it's fringe society, so that's cool. But how about just between the opposite sexes, where you were saying...
But yeah, I think even fit people should not be condoning obesity.
Right.
Okay, that could be.
So are you saying
that
we should just reject anyone that's fatter than us, relationship wise?
No, but you should condemn their actions.
Well, what? Okay, well, what?
Like if you go out to eat with a fat person, you should encourage them to get the healthiest thing on the menu.
Well, what about just like not dating them because they're fat or something, right?
That already happens already.
Right, so you're saying that we should continue doing that. We should just be like, you're fat. Like,
well, it doesn't seem to be working, but I guess we should.
Okay,
continue.
if a fat chick were to come up to you and be like, yo, yeah, I have a little schoolgirl crush on you, would you be like, no, you're fat?
I wouldn't say those words, no.
I mean, you should, right? What if,
Should I? No, I don't. Why?
You could just be like, hey, no, I'm not going to date you because you're fat. If it's a true statement.
If she asked me why, if I said no thanks, and then she said why, then I'd say I prefer skinny women.
Would you do that?
Yeah, totally.
I can respect
If
that.
she asked me why, I'm not going to tell her why out of the blue.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell her why. You could like.
Yeah, I mean, I could tell her.
You could give her some hope. See, if you're just shutting her down immediately, you're giving her no hope. But you could give her hope. Be like, hey, lose 50 pounds and we'll talk about it.
Okay.
So that would be giving her hope, and maybe that's the more correct solution.
I could do that. Maybe that might actually help her. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, there you go. That's what you should do then.
But then what if she gets depressed and then just eats more?
Because she might think...
Now that could backfire.
No, but she might think that it's her personality that is, not getting her any guys or something. They could be so deluded that they think it's her personality.
Yeah.
Or...
Oh, so you think that she just might not know that it's because she's overweight that she keeps getting rejected?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's kind of the moral thing to do is to help her out and to let her know.
Yeah. Be like, hey, you could get a ripped guy like me if you,
I feel like that could easily backfire, but I see what you're saying, so I think you should risk it.
Well, we've proven that it can backfire with those Hayes people. those hazy people are the epitome of that simple thing, backfire.
That's true, yeah. So I guess you should tell them just out of courtesy, just as a human being.
Yeah.
Just in case they didn't know. And they
It is the correct thing to do, I think.
I guess that's the most moral choice you have, yeah.
Yep, I'm just going to tell people they're fat now.
When they ask you out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if they're skinny, you're fat. See, it's a little weird for me to say because I'm fat too. So.
Hey, you lost 10 pounds in like 3 weeks.
Well, yeah, I cheated the
continue
system.
that
I
trend.
cheated the system though.
How?
Because I didn't exercise or anything. I just, ate a crap ton less. I feel like that's cheating a little bit.
No. It's just staying within one area of the system.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I should go into... Yeah, after this episode, I'm going to go run like 10 miles. Yeah.
Get that couch to 5K. That's pretty
Oh,
good.
no.
What, it starts out so easy.
I don't want to do that crap, dude.
Why not?
Because if I set like a goal like that and stuff for myself, I can't do it. I'm the type of person who has to just not think about it.
It's 3 days a week, 30 minutes a day.
Yeah, but then I'm like setting goals for myself, and if I don't ever reach any goals, then I'm just gonna,
You're just gonna what?
I'm gonna be disappointed in myself and then just quit right off the spot. Or if I don't set any goals for myself, I'll just keep doing it. It's like, okay, you know how like I'm like super committed to being a vegetarian or something, right? Like there's no goals there. It's just something I said I'm gonna do, and now I've done it forever, And if I feel like I quit, then I've like lost somehow. But I have no goal here.
But you haven't lost. You realize this is just all in your head.
Yeah, but I'm saying, yeah, you were asking me personally, and I say for me personally. Yeah.
Okay, but you realize that's stupid though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know it's stupid.
Alright, okay. As long as you get that.
Okay. It's like fat people. They need to know they're fat, and they need to know eating too much is stupid. But
Maybe so.
maybe they're like me, where they're like, they know it's stupid, but they just don't want to, don't want to do it.
Could be.
And that's the wrong thing to do.
That is the wrong thing to do.
It's the same thing with just like any moral thing, like lying or something. If we said there are some objective morals where lying is wrong, people are still gonna lie, and they're just gonna be like, yeah, it's the wrong thing to do, but whatever. Right?
Yeah, same with fat people.
Yeah, exact same thing.
Huh. You may have just cracked the code.
So they're just immoral.
So they just accepted. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just immoral, and they've accepted that, and
Ah,
we
that
have
sucks.
accepted them like that.
You know
The same
what?
thing with lying. We've accepted lying. Like, aside from like a court system, lying is very, popular.
Yeah. You know what? You know what really gets my goat?
Gets your goat.
Grinds my gears. Is, how many people, like you were talking about the dating thing. Because I'm sure there's a lot of, very attractive people that are just overweight.
Right?
Like there's an attractive person inside of them. But it's just drowning. It's just drowning in fat,
Oh, if they ate the person, yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
They literally ate that person to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, literally. I'm saying, and yes, I mean, see, I don't know, should you forego dating somebody because they're overweight?
Yes, because otherwise you're condoning it. Tell them, hey, in 6 months, if you've lost like 50 pounds, I'll date you. Achieve this goal for me. Prove that you were interested in me enough to lose the weight for the thing that I care about, right?
What if they're not interested in you enough to do that?
Well, then just be like, well, you're fat, screw it.
Okay, but here's what I'm saying is how many missed relationships were there because one of them was overweight?
Oh, I'm sure tons, but it's irrelevant because the
I mean,
person was
millions,
Yeah, yeah.
trillions.
I was going with tons as a weight aspect because we're talking about weight.
Gotcha. I feel you. Okay, got it. Okay. So yeah, that sucks.
Sort of. Fat people will just relationalize with fat people, though.
Relationalize? You mean
It doesn't matter. Everyone knows what I meant. The purpose of words is to convey an idea, and people understood my idea, so it doesn't matter what word I used.
I guess. I feel like there's a word for that.
Probably.
Interact.
Yeah. I like relationalize better.
So you're saying fat people would just congregate together where...
Well, they do. Like, you see those fat couples and stuff. And actually...
That's true. How many times do you see, like, a really fit person with a really fat person?
See? Okay, this is a perfect, segue into my next part. If you see a skinny guy, you don't very often see him with a fat woman. But the other way around is very common.
I don't think it's very common.
It's like at least like 10 more times common than the inverse.
I would say, yeah, it's probably more common. Wait a minute. Wait, why is that? Oh, maybe
that's what I wanted to talk about.
Maybe women feel like they can fix...
It's just...
Man, like a maternal instinct.
I think it's more of like...
You know, they're probably more willing to give a fat guy a chance.
Well, okay.
Oh, like my brother.
Don't they... Yes, like your brother. I didn't want to say anything.
My brother's obese and he's married to a normal-sized woman.
Yeah, and... Can I say this on air? Can I be rude about your brother on air?
Sure.
And
he doesn't watch the show.
From what I've seen, he tends to lose weight in order to impress women, and then once he's like married, he gains a bunch of weight.
Dude, wow, it's crazy that you've noticed that.
Okay, is that a true statement?
That's so true.
Okay. Right? And what he does, I mean, what that's doing is, making himself more attractive so he can get the woman, but then once he has them, because, Christian standards, you can't get divorced or anything. It's like bringing them into a trap, right? But...
A fat trap.
That's how I would feel if there was a woman who lost weight for me. I'd be like, that's a fat trap waiting to happen. She's just gonna get all that back.
Hey, but you told her to lose weight though.
That's
you come back in 6 months and you're 50 pounds lighter.
Yeah. So you gotta date them for like 5 years and see if they can keep it. Because if they can keep it up for 5 years,
then you know they're
yeah.
That's just the way they are now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you do anything for 5 years, that's what you are. I'm officially a vegetarian for life at this point.
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be an official something from now on.
5 years from now, you'll be officially soda free.
Oh yeah. 2020.
Yeah.
Here we come.
I think I'm on like 2 years from now, I'll be soda free.
But have you... Oh, what about high C?
High C?
Yeah.
I don't remember if I've had high C.
Yeah, you have.
When? I drank tea on the show.
What about high C?
High C?
Yeah.
I've probably had high C at restaurants and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't consider that soda.
Oh, okay.
I mean, at this point, I've stopped drinking that too. I don't drink tea anymore either. But...
What do you drink? Just water and alcohol?
I was going to say water and coffee, but I haven't had coffee in like a month either. So at this point, it's mostly just water and juice.
Oh, okay.
But,
I drink coffee.
I mean,
do I?
Yeah, coffee is a good thing, but
is it healthy? Should we drink it?
I have no idea. I've been off it for a month though, and it's definitely noticeable though.
In what, like in a good way or bad?
No, in like I'm tired and I could be drugging myself with caffeine to make my days go so much easier, but I'm not.
You know they have caffeine tablets.
Yeah.
Scary.
That is scary. So.
Are you more focused on caffeine?
What do you mean?
I mean, in general, are people more focused?
I think so. Yeah.
Is it a performance enhancing drug? What if I take that before a test? Will I be super focused? Is it like Adderall?
I mean, it's not to the extreme of Adderall. Not even close to the extreme of Adderall.
I mean, if I took enough caffeine, then I'd...
It doesn't, like, increase your focus, but it definitely, like, wakens up your brain, right? Like, as a pizza delivery guy, I can tell, like, if I have no coffee or something, I can tell that I'm, like, driving poorly or something, you know? But if I have coffee, you know...
Gotcha.
Yeah. Because I know when I'm driving poorly.
I cut you off there with that comment.
I don't remember. Oh, I was just going to move back to the male and female thing about how the couples, there tends to be fat guys with skinny women, and as opposed to the opposite. And it's really because And I guess this is what I would say it's because guys have to, quote unquote, I really hate this term, they have to quote unquote hunt for the women, and so the women have to appeal as, be as most appealing as possible, and so it makes them, they have to be skinny and stuff, whereas, women aren't, like, looking for the guys go looking for the girls, right?
How does that correlate to...
Because the women have to try to make themselves as appealing as possible, whereas the guy doesn't necessarily have to.
How does that equal
in nature,
more fat men with regular women than the other way around? I don't understand.
Because the men don't have to try as hard. Right?
Well, they don't have to try as hard to look good?
Like...
But why do more men succeed then? I don't understand.
What do you mean succeed?
Succeed at getting with regular sized women than overweight women do.
There's probably, like, less... Like, okay, it's kind of the thing of, like, how people are always talking about how women are, nowadays in modern society or whatever, as soon as, the little kids they see on, like, magazines and stuff, like, get skinny and have pictures of, like, really skinny girls, and, like, in movies and stuff, it's always, like, the really skinny chicks and stuff, so they're always, I guess, being advertised to be skinny and stuff, and so they're like, okay, this is what I need to be, whereas guys, it's not. But the reason that is because girls don't go out, like, looking for guys usually, right? I mean, unless you're doing the bar thing, but
I think so. Well, yeah, I guess it's...
I mean, a girl doesn't go up and ask you out, does she?
I mean, classically, it's... yeah.
In nature, we would both have to be skinny. Like, nature-wise, animals, like, female animals just, like, reject dudes if they're not skilled enough and stuff, right?
I think it's different for different species.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, are you talking about skill, or just, you're not talking about overweightness?
Yeah.
You're just talking about skill?
Like birds and stuff, like, they dance and do all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think men have unrealistic standards for their bodies as well, too, nowadays. I think it's more recent, but it's there.
Is it?
Yeah, like superheroes and action figures and stuff.
Well, I mean, if I could be the Hulk, yeah.
Well, I mean, if you look at, like, even cartoons from, like, 15 years ago, like, all the guys are drawn. Like, Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, they're all drawn, like, puffed chests and bulging biceps.
Right.
And their suits are all drawn to, like, be, like, super form-fitting and, like, you can see every...
So maybe I'm wrong then. Then why is it that women are more...
But I see what you're saying, though, because, like...
Are guys just, like, less fit in general?
I think that's a newer thing. Because, like, if you look at, like 30 years ago, if you look at the big name actors, they weren't, like, buff.
Right.
Like, you had Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone, but that was pretty much it. You got actors like Tom Cruise, not very big. Bruce Willis, not huge. Patrick Swayze, regular looking dude. You know what I mean? But nowadays, look at all your action stars now. They're all jacked.
Well,
Henry Cavill.
I don't even know who that is.
That's Superman from Man of Steel.
Okay.
Jacked.
But those...
Chris Evans. Captain
you're
America,
bringing up all the superheroes.
Jacked.
They have to be for their roles and stuff.
Okay,
and
you just want to talk about regular action? Vin Diesel. Jacked.
He has to be for his roles.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
He's Riddick and he's in Fast and the Furious.
He doesn't have to be. They're casting ripped guys.
That's probably true, actually.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like there isn't some regular looking dude that could play the role. He's probably a better actor. You know what I'm saying? But no, they want this Hollywoodized version of a man. You know what I mean?
Right.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson, perfect example. One time there was this movie came out like just maybe 3 or 4 years ago. He's like a hitman. And he's humongous.
Well, that's just because he's humongous. Like in real life.
No, he's working out to be humongous.
Right.
I mean, he's like 6'4", but
Yeah.
he's not 295 pounds.
It's the same thing with like, what was that movie? What movie was he in? Was it Hercules? Yeah. Like, they basically just made that movie for him, right? I mean.
Oh yeah, totally.
Because he's so huge and ripped.
It's based off a comic book actually.
Hercules?
That story, that movie.
Oh, I didn't see it. I didn't know if it was. I didn't know the story that they used. Okay.
That's pretty good actually. You should see that.
I watched your review on it actually. On your other channel. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is it time for plugs?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Can we figure out? Here, let me text some women and see if they're attracted to guys who are bodybuilders.
Wait, what? No, ask them if they're attracted to fat men.
Okay. You get on this too. We need some answers right now.
Would you date a fat guy?
Okay. I don't have many women friends. You gotta find one that it wouldn't be awkward to ask.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking about. I can't think of any.
Okay, I know one girl who's pretty fit, and she would just immediately say no, not a chance ever. She's like us. You know, she's
super fit.
No, more reasonable.
Oh.
Right? Like, not reasonable in the sense that, wow, did you just pull up Facebook?
Well, I was gonna see maybe if I could find somebody who's online.
Not reasonable in the sense that like we're health focused or whatever. You are, I'm not as much. But more reasonable in the sense that like obviously I want the better looking person and there's no way I'm ever gonna lower my standards for that, right? Yeah, there's no one awkward I could ask. Or no one I could ask that wouldn't be awkward.
So what you're saying is I think what we're saying is everybody likes, no matter what sex you are, you like be in shape.
Right, but why is it that women settle more often for the less
I think
lower
it's
quality?
because...
Are guys just lower quality in general? Like, is there a statistic on that? Are guys less fit?
Oh, I see what you're saying. I don't know. That's a good question.
Because, like, there could be the thing of, like, because, you know, women are advertised in magazines and stuff all the time, whereas the guys...
They have more...
The guys being advertised is a newer thing, so guys... There aren't as many guys being fit, or rather guys from the generation before us that we see who are married and stuff now weren't raised around, like, really fit guys being in movies and stuff, and so they didn't have standards to meet.
Mel Gibson, another action star. This is a regular dude.
I guess, yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just a regular dude. So...
Keanu Reeves.
So everyone's attracted to more skinny people, and so everyone should be more skinny. That makes sense.
I think so, yeah. Why not?
Except for the people with the fat fetish, and...
No.
You can't use... Okay, if you're fat, you cannot use that as an excuse. Like, you
if
cannot...
you've got a fat fetish...
Good luck finding someone with a fat fetish.
I think if you've got a fat fetish, then I think that's just part of your... That you just include those with inside the people that you find. You see what I'm saying?
They have a fat person inside them.
It's not that they don't find fit people unattractive. They do.
They do find them attractive?
Yeah, they just also find fat people attractive.
Well,
I don't think that they're exclusive.
Okay, there are some weird borderlines there though, because I don't know if you do, but muscly women are not attractive to me. Ones that are like actually fit, like muscle showing and stuff, like no way, dude.
Sure, I'll take them.
See, exactly. So there's got to be.
What are you saying?
It's kind of like is there fat fetish wrong if would mine be wrong too, because those people who are like ripped those chicks who are like ripped are clearly the more healthier of the two options, right? Between ripped and average, right?
No, there's a lot of nuance to your personal preference and body type, I'm sure.
Okay.
It's just in general though.
Fat people are gross.
Yeah, fit people are great.
Okay, that's we're probably offended a lot of people today by saying fat people are gross, but
Good.
that's all right. Yeah, get offended, get in shape.
Yeah, get offended. Use that anger to.
Yeah.
Don't go to the kitchen. Right?
Yeah. Don't like cut that cake into pieces.
Yeah, just run off
Yeah.
some steam.
You know.
Oh,
That's the legit answer, right?
yeah, I mean,
They
look, just get into shape, please. It's
see what they would do is they would go into escapism. They would go and sit on their computer and go and like read Reddit for 3 hours, and then they'd be like, "Man, I'm bored of Reddit because there's nothing new on the front page." They'd go get some cake or something. Then go back to Reddit, refresh Reddit, sit there eating the cake, then pull up some YouTube videos or something. That's what fat people
No,
do.
they'd go to Tumblr.
The fat women go to Tumblr.
Go to a fat acceptance blog.
Tumblr's the female Reddit.
Post about, oh man, I just watched the Casual Observers. They hate fat people. I don't hate fat people, okay? I hate fat.
would love it for them to do that because it would get more than one view every
I was
video.
just watching this D-bag of a show with these D-bag guys on it.
And then we'd become really popular on Tumblr and we could be like...
negative attention.
Or... maybe we said something on here that's actually going to get... If all those fat chicks watch this and they watch it, maybe there's one thing that we said that touches one person and that one person gets healthy, and so in the end what we're doing
I will
is
take
correct.
all the hate. I will take all the hate comments if I could just change one fat person's life.
Exactly. It's like Christians, man. They're like, man, it doesn't matter as long if I save one or the Westboro Baptist Church, you know? They get so much hate, but I bet they're thinking like, man, if I save one person, it's all worth it, right?
Yeah, but we're in the objective right here. We are in the scientifically proven.
Is it objectively correct to be healthy?
It is objectively better. It is better in
What if a person doesn't like life and they just want to eat themselves to death? For them, it's not objectively correct then, right?
Well, they like eating, don't they?
Well, they might not.
Well, then why do they want to eat themselves to death?
Well, they might not enjoy eating. In fact, they might actually hate it, but it's the only thing that brings them comfort. Like comfort foods. Like they eat the food to feel comfort, but it's like when you're trying to eat healthy and you walk past a Baskin Robbins or something and you're like, oh man, you gotta get some ice cream, and you're sitting there and you're like, oh man, it tastes so good, but you're not even focusing on how good it tastes because you're actually just crying because you're like, man, I blew my diet because I'm eating this, right?
Okay, but you still think it tastes good.
No, because you're not even focusing on how good it tastes, because you're more focusing on the fact that you're a fat, disgusting slob. Blob.
Good, that'll motivate me to do better next time.
Right. And so they might not enjoy, but a person who doesn't like their life could eat themselves to death.
Why not just kill yourself if you hate life?
Well, because they might want to, they might want to do it slowly.
They want to kill themselves slowly by eating?
Yeah, some people might.
Well, if you like eating so much, why not just eat healthy? Then you can eat for
Well, they
longer.
like to eat good food,
There's plenty of good food that's not healthy.
Well, that's subjective, It's...
Yeah, also your food preferences are as well. It's a matter of nurture.
That's right, which is an issue of... What I was going to say is, that's another thing why fat people don't lose weight is because, like, when people are like, oh yeah, just eat healthy, and then, like, let's be honest, healthy food, it tastes a lot worse than, like, a Snickers bar or something. No? Go ahead, Josiah.
Subjectively, yeah, it does.
Well, yeah. Because that's the way we were raised, like in America and stuff, right?
Well, yeah, no, that's part of it. Part of it, you're told this is good, this is candy, these are treats, this is dessert.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I think it's less of being told that. I think it's more of just...
But then there's also the biological side of it too, where eating fatty foods lowers your blood pressure temporarily.
Like chocolate,
chocolate
chemicals
releases
to your
endorphins
brains
in your head.
Yeah.
Sugar can... See, actually, you can actually...
Not the chocolate you eat, though, because chocolate you eat sucks. But...
Dark chocolate is great, dude.
I like dark chocolate. I don't like your all-natural dark chocolate that's like real dark chocolate.
It's just dark chocolate.
No, dude, there was like no sugar in it or anything. So it is just dark chocolate. It's literally just dark chocolate.
So you just like sugar, is what you're saying?
Well, most people do, I think. I don't think most people actually like chocolate. They probably like all the sugar and salts and stuff that's are in their Snickers bar.
Yeah, but biologically, that stuff affects you, like neurologically. It can release things.
Does it really?
Yeah.
The crappy dark chocolate you eat?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, chocolate actually releases the same endorphins that get released whenever you're experiencing affection
Yeah. It's like serotonin or something,
towards
right?
someone.
Yeah.
Nah, serotonin is what you.
No, serotonin like makes you feel love, right? Or
Nah, it
in
makes
love.
you go to sleep.
No. I'm not getting that wrong, am
I think I'm pretty sure.
I? Keep talking.
But anyway, what I'm saying is like, yeah. So there's the cultural thing that like these are the foods that we eat when things are good or when we've done good or when we've finished our dinner or whatever. But then there's also the biological side of things. But then there's also a combination where you can actually associate emotions, where you can assign emotions to certain foods. So, like, if you.
It's a contributor to the feelings of well-being and happiness. Serotonin is. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking of melatonin. That's what happens.
Yeah.
That's the chemical that makes you sleepy.
There you go. Yeah. Anyways, continue.
But anyway, then you can actually combine foods with emotions yourself.
Right.
And create sort of these artificial emotions with your food through repetition.
Right, because you could be like happy that you're eating healthy or something, and therefore the worst tasting food could taste better, right?
Well, that's part of, well, yeah, possibly, but more often it works in the opposite way, where maybe when you were a kid, during the summers, you had vanilla bean ice cream for after dinner during the summers.
Right.
As a child. And now you associate vanilla bean ice cream with family and being together with your.
But I mean, the ice cream has sugar in it anyway, so biologically it's.
Yeah, it's affecting you that way, but you can also assign that emotional stuff too,
Right.
To it as well for added connection,
Right.
Which is pretty bad. That's why parents never award your kids with food.
There you go.
Toys, time, that kind of stuff. That's all good.
Award them with like exercise equipment, like a bike.
Actually, yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Playtime. You get to run around in a circle for 5 minutes.
Dude, I would like get my kids a drum set. Be like, playtime. You get to learn blast beats today.
Dude, that's actually
that
really
it would be a lot
workout,
of yeah, exactly. People underestimate the power of drumming. My kid's gonna be a drummer. Stays healthy. He can groove with me. We can do some cool stuff with that.
First, you have to get married, though.
That's true. And no one wants me because I'm fat, so I gotta get ripped first. So first,
Yeah.
I gotta get ripped.
Then you gotta bulk up your shoulders.
And before I get ripped, I gotta exercise. So I gotta exercise first. So, in order to get a kid who wants to... maybe I just don't want a kid, then I don't like kids. That would be their logic. That would be the fat people logic. I don't like kids anyways. I don't want to get married anyways. I'm just gonna stay fat. I prefer sitting at home playing video games than I do with social interaction. Video games are better than social interaction, therefore I can just stay fat. And that's an interesting point. Like, if that's actually like what makes them happy, and going out and working out and being at parties and stuff, is that a bad argument?
Yeah.
I mean, you're kind of saying that, like, obviously you can be an introvert and still be healthy. But, I mean, yeah, you can. But if someone, if they're an introvert and they don't want to go out and meet people anyways, what harm are they doing?
But they're killing themselves. They need to be healthy.
Yeah, but if they're an introvert, they probably don't really have that many friends that care about them anyways either.
Who cares? Just for their own well-being, just be healthy. Why can't you just be healthy for its own sake?
But it's where they're truly happy is being fat. Who are you to take away their happiness? I'm totally like...
I guess I'm not.
Yeah, so you can't take away their happiness, right?
I said I'm fine with anybody eating themselves to death.
But they shouldn't, but you're fine with it.
They shouldn't, but I don't have any moral sort of ground to tell them, hey, you shouldn't kill yourself. Other than the fact that, hey, you're going to cost society a lot of money down the road if you don't keel over fast.
Wait, so let's go back to the smoking at people and fat people then. If, like, they shouldn't do that thing. They shouldn't smoke or eat too much. But who are we to tell them if it's what makes them happy, right? They could get offended and be like, look, this is what makes me happy, so who are you to tell me that I need to stop doing this, right? Isn't that the argument?
Does cancer make them happy too?
It could make someone happy.
No, them, the smoker.
It could make them happy. I mean, yeah, there could be some people who are smoking that cancer makes them happy. Like, they would rather live a short life and smoke than live a long life without smoking. See what I mean?
Yeah, but in reality, they'd actually want to smoke and live a long life, right?
Well, yeah, but that's not possible.
Right. So they have
Not
to
yet.
choose. They have to choose one or the other.
Right?
And their preference, well, yeah, so what? Smoke yourself to death.
So, what you're saying is that we shouldn't be telling fat people to lose weight.
Yeah, you should still tell them. You should try and convince them, because they'll be better off for it.
Well, not if they enjoy being fat, though.
They'll still be better off being healthy.
But they won't be as happy.
They'll be happier.
Debatably. If they think they're at their... Like, someone could be at their happiest when they're fat.
Objectively.
If someone, like, really loves Twinkies or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, really loves Twinkies.
It's a biological addiction at that point.
Right.
It's like saying, oh, what if a drug addict, the heroin addict, is happiest when he's on heroin?
Yeah, who are we to take away their happiness?
Of course he is.
Who are we to take away their happiness?
It's a biological response. It's not. He's artificially releasing endorphins in his brain that's telling him that he's happy. He's not actually being happy of his own accord.
Yeah, who are we to take away his happiness? Clearly, I'm playing devil's advocate here, but I mean, that is the main argument that they would use, right?
Yeah, you're doing a great job.
Okay, thank you. I mean, it's so hard to tell
You're
someone...
doing a great job saying, who are we to take away people's happiness?
It's so hard to tell someone, like, hey, like, you should lose weight if they're really happy, like, being fat, though.
You should say, who am I? I'm your friend, and I want you to be
Mm-hmm.
happier. I want you to be the best you could be.
Man, I wish people would tell me that. That would get me motivated.
Hey, look, I'm your friend. I want you to be the best you can be. Right now, you're more blubber than man.
Whoa, that's not that fat. Jeez. Come on, man.
But if you're just listening to this, then you would know that.
I mean, they can see my arms aren't like, you know, I'm not one of those fat people who's got like a bunch of flab right here.
Like a
frog or
like a
something.
Ziploc bag of person
Yeah.
hanging off your arm.
Yeah.
That's what that feels like.
Yeah.
Like a Ziploc bag full of just person.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't have fat, so they can tell I'm not that fat.
Unless they're listening, in which case Jacob looks like a beached whale sitting next to me.
I have a gravitational pull. I'm so large. Actually, we all have gravitational pulls because of physics.
I'm actually in orbit around
Yeah.
Jacob, right?
It's true.
I'm revolving.
Bro, you're not that much lighter than me. How much do you weigh?
183.
Holy crap! Really?
Yeah.
Jeez, you have a lot of muscle. How tall are you?
Like 5'6.5".
Holy crap! You have a lot of muscle.
I do.
Can I see you flex, dude? Like
the old biceps.
Yeah.
This.
Jeez, dude.
Is this?
Oh! That was his foot. It got crushed under my massive weight.
You're hurting people, Jacob. You're hurting people.
I need to lose weight so I don't hurt people.
It's time. It's time to get serious about your weight loss.
Dude, you're heavy too, so we can't specifically talk about weight, more just about the health aspect.
It's time
of
for
it.
you to lose some fat.
Jeez, dude, 183, holy crap.
How much do you weigh?
190.
Holy crap, we're only 7 pounds away from each other.
Yes.
And you're like a foot taller than me.
Yeah.
Maybe 6 inches.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's what I was saying, 6'1".
Okay, yeah, exactly. 6 inches.
Jeez, dude. Yeah, it makes me feel fat and it makes you seem huge too. I need to lose some weight.
Just do it, man.
I'm doing it, dude. I'm in the process right now.
Oh, yeah, you lost 10 pounds in 3 weeks. Congratulations.
Thank you. Don't tell me congratulations, though, because you're rewarding me for something that wasn't hard to do. Tell me congratulations when I've lost 50 pounds. You know?
Do you need to lose 50 pounds? Let's calculate your BMI.
I would prefer to be around 170. That's where I was in, like, high school.
Whoa, dude.
What?
That may be unhealthy.
No, 170 for someone 6'1"? It's like average.
Okay, you're 6'1", correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay, your height in feet is 6 foot 1 inch.
Mm-hmm.
Your current weight is 190.
Mm-hmm.
So you claim.
I mean, according to scales.
Your BMI is 25.1. Normal weight is between 18.5 to 24.9. So you are just a few pounds away from being a regular weight. Now let's...
Well, it also calculates like muscle and stuff too, and I have way less muscle than most people. Because I never work out.
At 170, that would put you at 22.5.
Right.
Which would be within the normal range, yeah.
Yeah, so that's where I want to be, at 170.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like freaking huge though.
Yeah, I need to work out less. I'm just kidding.
See, if you told someone like on the internet or something that you were 5'6" and weighed 183, they would think, geez, that guy's huge, right? But you're huge in the other aspect.
Wait, you're 6'1"?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you... 6'1", okay, normal weight 144 to 188.
Okay.
Overweight 189 to 226.
So I'm overweight, obviously, but...
Technically, yeah. There's other things that adjust for like your age and stuff.
Anyways, everyone should lose some weight unless you're like Josiah.
No, I need to lose some weight too.
I can't tell if you're serious or not. And everyone should lose some weight and be healthy. Do not be proud of your fat. It's disgusting. Nobody wants that, even if they have a fat fetish. It's disgusting. You should be proud of the person who you are, not your fat. So
yes, exactly. You're more than just a body.
Yeah.
You're a brain.
And people use that argument for their fat, for being fat. They're like, I'm more than just,
like,
my
just
body,
accept
so
me for me.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that I'm fat. But no, it's the other way around, too. It's like, you should be skinny and people can accept your mind, too, right?
Oh, you were going so well.
I was, and then my brain, apparently my body is more valuable than my brain because my brain can't continue a sentence. So...
No,
and my body's
what
not
you're
that
trying
great,
to say
so...
is that, like, if
this show's been going on too long.
what you're trying to say is, if you can accept, if you want to be accepted while you're fat, then the same should go for whenever you're skinny.
Yeah,
right?
but no, that doesn't sound right either.
Yes.
We were making a good point, and it's gone now.
Look, the point is, you're more than a body, okay?
Right.
You're a mind.
And so don't be proud of your fat, because you should be proud of your...
You should be proud of who you are, but
Yeah.
not of what you look like if you're fat.
Yeah. Don't be proud of what you... Unless you're like really fit, but then
Look, there's an old
your
Chinese...
body's irrelevant. Let's just say your body's irrelevant, so you should automatically be healthy to continue your brain living longer because your brain's the most important thing. Bam, nailed it.
Okay, look here. No, this is the point I was trying to make. There's an old Chinese proverb that says, "Don't be proud. Don't be proud of the harvest. Don't be proud of..." Let me think of this. Let me. Okay.
You gotta
Oh
be.
yeah. Don't. Okay. Do not boast.
If you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. And then...
Okay. This is it. I think this is it. Do not boast. Do not boast of the harvest.
You're really nailing this, dude.
Don't boast of the harvest that you didn't plow, I think, is the saying, right?
I don't know.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Explain it, please.
It's basically saying that like anything that was easy is not anything to admire.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, look, with almost no effort, you got
That
really
quote
fat.
doesn't exist anywhere. I just googled it.
I think it's got something to do with a farm and like.
That makes sense, yeah.
Based like something about like, don't be proud of a big harvest on crops that you didn't plant or something like that.
Right.
And it's basically saying don't admire anything that was easy to make or whatever.
Yeah, it's
basically you got really fat without almost any conscious effort on your part to get fat.
It's like
so it's nothing to be proud of.
It's like those people who are born intelligent and they're told they're intelligent their whole life and they take tests and stuff and they're intelligent and they're really proud of it and stuff, and it's like, yeah, but I mean, you can't really be proud of that because you cheated your way into being intelligent. You didn't work for it.
Well, I didn't cheat.
Oh, well, I mean, it's not something they can really be proud of, right?
I guess.
Like,
if it wasn't easy, then don't boast in the harvest
they didn't
that
plow.
you didn't plow or whatever.
And don't plow the harvest that's overgrown.
What?
I was trying to say, don't date fat people.
I got you.
There we go. Don't date fat people. I think. Did we finish this one up?
I think we said everything.
Yeah. Be healthy. You should strive to be healthy.
It's 12:25.
And everyone knows that you should. Jeez. Wow, it's really late. Everyone knows that you should be healthy, but so we're not telling you anything new. But we discussed the morals and stuff of it, and there's nothing against being healthy. So, and there are things against being not healthy. So there you go. Be healthy. Be healthy, be happy. What's that saying? Or that quote?
That's
be healthy, be happy.
Yeah, that's the Cheerios slogan. That's what the little bee says.
Go eat Cheerios. Man, I want some Cheerios. Dang.
Man, that sounds
I
good.
can't. I've already had like 1,200 calories today. Can't eat Cheerios.
Aw, man, just chew on some water.
That's what I do, dude. Like, no joke.
You chew on water?
No, but I mean, I drink so much water.
Hey, now we can talk about whatever we want.
We can.
Have you been watching Better Call Saul? Did you watch the one yesterday?
We're at the point of the show where you can stop watching because we're no longer talking about health. And the episode yesterday, no, I didn't get a chance. I'm so sorry.
I haven't watched it either.
Yeah, yes, we can talk about the last episode that
yeah. Where he, is that the one where he steals the money?
No, oh yeah, this is the one where they steal the money. Mike goes in and we can't, spoilers alert, Better Call Saul spoilers alert.
Oh yeah, if you're not up to date, get up to date.
Better Call Saul spoilers alert.
You need to hop on this train right now.
No, actually don't watch it unless you've seen Breaking Bad because I think the quality of the show is not very entertaining if you haven't seen Breaking Bad. I don't know why the show is very entertaining, but I don't know what would keep people watching.
I think, think about Breaking Bad. It opened up in a similar fashion. I think you can break into this show. Dude,
I really think at the end of this season, he's just gonna become Saul.
I
am like confident. Dude.
Doubt it. Dude, he gave the money back.
I know, but there's so many scenarios coming up right now. Like, look, dude. Okay.
Look, it would have been a very Saul. It would have been a very Saul thing to do.
This week's episode is episode 7, right? Which neither of us have seen. We have 7, 8, 9, and 10. We've got 4 episodes for the rest of the season. So they're gonna have to end it big. He's gonna become Saul, dude. I'm sure he's gonna become Saul. I think so.
No, it's not what's gonna happen, dude. Look, he's so far away from that character, from where he was in Breaking Bad. Right now,
because that was years later.
He gave that money.
Mm-hmm.
He gave that money back to the city. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is the exact opposite of what
Yeah.
The Saul Goodman that we know.
And at the end of the episode, he was like crying in the office he was going to buy and stuff to become Saul. But, well, to become James McGill and...
Look, because normal Saul, the Saul that we know would have taken the case, gotten like half of that money for his legal fees or whatever. You know what I mean? And not thought twice about it. Yeah, that they're essentially stealing the city's money.
Maybe I just don't want to believe that the show's gonna be another Breaking Bad where it's a story of Mr. Chips to Scarface, because at the beginning of Better Call Saul we have the like poor and crappy James McGill, but he's still like much happier and better person than he was in Breaking Bad. And so I just don't want the whole series to go like maybe like 4 seasons or 5 seasons or whatever, and then he becomes Saul at the end, and it's like, oh, look at this comedy kind of show where we made it Mr. Chips to Scarface again.
That's exactly what I want.
That's exactly what you want? Okay, I don't want that.
I could use more comedy because it's pretty grim.
Yeah, it's gotten grim the past couple episodes.
It's basically Breaking Bad tonally.
Yeah. And they said it was supposed to be a comedy, but that didn't really happen.
I hardly ever laugh. I mean, it's great.
Yeah. It's intense. I mean, I don't remember what happened. Oh, they went back with blonde lady. The couple went back with blonde lady.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah, I forgot about that.
He gave them he stole the money and gave it back to the city.
Yeah.
And basically forced them to take that deal. Tooth and nail.
Yeah.
Even though they really did not want to. I thought for sure that like he was going to take the case. He was going to figure out some loophole. The rest of the season was going to be the trial. And then it would culminate with him winning and him getting a buttload of cash because he would charge them like 40% of that. What did they steal? $1 million?
$1.5 million.
What's 40% of that?
Well, 50% of that is about $750,000, so 40% somewhere around like 600, maybe.
Okay, so he would have gotten $600,000. He would have moved into those new offices.
Yeah.
Then he would have been. See, that would have been cool.
40% is exactly 600, I think.
What do you think of that ending, huh?
That would have been good.
You didn't think that was gonna happen? And then I was like, oh yeah, he's actually still a decent guy because of his brother and because of his girlfriend.
Yeah. Well, sort of girlfriend. I don't know what's up with them. They're gonna. I mean, it's like the Booth and Brennan thing on Bones. It's gonna be like a love relationship the whole time. And
you watch Bones?
I did way back in the day, and then I never actually watched really got into it. And then season 8 or 9 or something, I watched all the way through. Because it was more story focused, and I was like, yeah, this show sucks.
It's not going to be a Booth and Brennan thing. It's already different in that they already know each other.
Well, yeah. But I mean, what I'm saying is
everyone... It seems like they dated previously.
Yeah, but they haven't really told us that yet, so maybe... somehow...
I mean, they have a history because they know each other.
Yeah, and everyone refers to them as friends or whatever. Or the one guy from HMM. Or HHM. I don't remember what
HHM, yeah.
Harmon McGill or something?
Harmon Harvey McGill. So, yeah. I'm liking it, and I want him...
I hope this...
I don't want them to...
I don't know.
You know, season 3 already got greenlit.
Yeah. I want this mic thing to keep going back and forth, though. I like how they're I know they said we're square now, right? But I really like how Mike and him are working together and just not intentionally doing crime stuff, but they're just hey,
they're constantly falling into
it's I need something to happen, and I know you can do it.
Dude, I want more cons. I want him to pull more stunts.
But that's bad, Miguel. That was the big thing in the first episode. He's I don't want to get into this because it's his line. He didn't want to.
See, I think something's gonna happen to his brother, or his girlfriend, and those are the two people that ground him and keep him.
Oh, okay, I could see that. Yeah.
You know, they're the ones keeping him not going full Saul Goodman.
Yeah.
His brother, he's gonna die, right?
Man,
eventually, right?
like they're making us like fall in love with his character because in the last episode, remember he's like, oh yeah, I remember he was like training himself
He's
to
like,
go
oh yeah,
outside.
I can get up to 30 minutes. My goal is
Or
to
no, it was
get
like
up to an hour.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something.
No, it was like 2 minutes. He was outside for 2 minutes. He said he wants to get up to 5. But
Yeah.
yeah,
They're making you think, oh, he has progress. The plan, that's
Yeah.
not gonna go as planned, you know.
yeah.
Something's gonna really mess him up.
I mean, I don't know if he'll necessarily die because Better Call Saul hasn't been that extreme yet, but
I think
he might get like screwed out of all his money somehow or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think he's probably gonna have some sort of a real medical situation.
Yeah. Maybe.
What did you think was going on with him when the show first started? I thought they were just poor. That's why they didn't have a fridge or electricity. You know what I mean?
From like the very first episode, I thought there was just from the very first episode they didn't show us much. There was just the electricity issues, and they're like.
And they had an ice chest and.
Right, and so I thought it was
lanterns.
either like he got fired or something.
I thought they were just poor. But after that one episode where he goes to get the newspaper and that blanket, I was like, all right, I gotta look this up.
No, because the first episode they explained that he wasn't just poor. The first episode they talk about HHM, don't they?
Yeah, but
And he like brings him a check and stuff.
yeah, that's the other thing. I don't understand what is going on with that other law firm. So he used to work there. He's a partner, and they still have him on staff, I think.
This is really bad podcasting.
Why?
Because anyone who hasn't seen this show or anyone who has seen it is just going to be guessing where we're at in the series and going to be like, why am I watching this? It's going to be, it's delayed media. It would be like watching a live newscast from like 3 months ago.
Nobody's listening anymore.
Okay.
But anyway, you see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Like why doesn't Saul want to take the checks?
Because it's immoral or something, or immoral.
No. He wants his brother to cash out and take like he owns like 30% of the company or something. He
Right.
wants him to get that in cash
Right.
and like retire essentially.
But the brother wants to go. Don't they want him to go back and work more or something? Right?
Yeah, which he could still do even if he took his share of the company out. I mean, they could still hire him.
Right.
They probably wouldn't, but.
They wouldn't. They want him. Remember?
But why doesn't Jimmy want those checks? Why did he rip up that check in the first episode?
Well, the one guy doesn't want him to cash out either.
Yeah, the owner, he doesn't want him to.
No,
either. Yeah,
he
he'd
doesn't
rather-
want him to cash
because
out.
that would be a huge payout on their part.
Yeah. Nobody wants him to cash out. I'm not sure why.
Except for Saul.
Does Saul?
Yes.
No, because Saul.
He was trying to convince him. Yeah. And then remember whenever his brother was in the hospital,
Oh
Saul
yeah.
threatened him.
Yeah.
That he was like,
Yeah, because he can't be a part of the business or whatever if he has a mental issue or something, right?
well,
he was-
essentially, like Saul could have taken over, like he could have committed his brother
Right.
and taken over all his obligations,
Mhm.
which would mean that he would have the authority to basically cash his brother out himself.
Right.
But he doesn't. Still. I don't understand what's going on there.
Well, that's good enough on that. I want to go home and watch that. Oh, wait, I was going to go home and exercise. Well, nope, I'm going to be fat and go home and watch Better Call Saul.
Why don't you just jog in place while watching it?
Ain't nobody got room for that.
You just stand there and just jog in place.
Yeah, but you gotta be wearing headphones and stuff. You're sweating into your headphones.
Yeah, get some earbuds.
Yeah, but earbuds suck, dude. After I got my audio tight because I've realized how much like all speakers I've ever owned suck compared to them, dude. It's one of those things that you don't know what you're missing until you have it, you know? Anyways, I think we can end this episode.
Yeah, I think we should. I'm pretty darn tired.
Facebook.com/TCOpodcast. TCOpodcast@gmail.com.
YouTube.com.josiah.zandu. Twitch.tv/NurianLindo. NURIONNADLE.
Lindale. You were so close.
Lindale.
So
Oh,
close.
Lindale.
Yeah. So close.
Got him.
Find us on Facebook. I already said that. You can find us on Twitter if Josiah ever makes us a Twitter. But
You said you were going to do that.
Nah, ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody watches this show. Even the people who say they're going to watch the show don't watch the show. So...
Alright, well, we just hit the 2-hour mark, so we gotta shut this thing.
Oh, this is our longest episode yet. You could say that this is our fattest episode yet.
Oh, I might need to trim some of the fat off of this episode.
So it doesn't, because otherwise you won't be able to upload it because it'd be too heavy.
What?
Upload
Okay. Alright. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next time. Man, that was a long episode.